Good stuff, Brett Eldridge. It's Don't You. It's Better Country 101.7 The Bull. My name's Wyatt. Thank you so much for listening here on this Monday as we're getting the day rolling here and into the 9 o'clock hour. And we are chatting with the fine folks here from the Burlington Civic Music to chat with us about their upcoming season. And here to chat with us again, I went over everything, but I forgot to get your name. What's your name there, honey?
That's okay. My name is
Barbara.
Barbara. Yes,
You know what?
good.
Now that I said that, it was like, oh yeah, Darren did mention it as you were walking in the door. But usually I like. For those who know me, I'm horrible with names. So anyway,
Many
Barbara,
of us are. That's okay.
Oh man,
You're
I tell you,
excused.
that makes me wonder why I even have this position sometimes. But you're here because, like I said, we were covering all the other things. We didn't even go over the basic information here. But Burlington Civic Music is what you're here for. Getting ready for your 96th season. How about that?
Awesome.
That's very impressive.
You know what? It is impressive. It's impressive whether you're part of it, and I am the program director, so I've been associated with the organization not that long, but it's amazing, particularly as people who are larger than we are, larger cities than we are, kind of go, you really still have a community concert association?
Mm-hmm.
And I said, yes, we do. And we've managed to get through what we call the floods, the fires, the famines, the pandemics, and still be standing.
That's incredible, you guys, and you're continuing to do it here in 2025, 96th season. And I know when everybody goes into the year, everybody's got a goal. And I know you were talking about your goals here for 2025. What are the goals for Burlington Civic Music that you guys are looking to put out there for the community here in 2025?
Well, I think most importantly is that we want to really present some very exciting, entertaining, and my favorite word is eclectic. Great music.
That's a big word.
Well, it's a short little word, but one of the things we do is provide a variety, which is shown very much in this season.
Yeah.
We have 5 concerts. They are all very different. So we're trying to appeal to the broad audience that says, we're going to have a little jazz. Mm-hmm. We're going to have a little kind of country.
Uh-huh.
We're going to have a little classical.
Okay.
But, you all come.
A little bit of something for everyone. We're talking with Barbara here from the Burlington Civic Music and talking about your 2025-2026 season here. Let's talk about it.
Sure.
To get into the names and some of the shows that we're looking forward to here this year.
Well, we're going to kick off in September with a group called the Secret Artists. Not artists, pardon me, the Secret Agents.
Okay.
And they're not spies or anything like that. But one of the things we've learned from talking with our audience, because once in a while we'll do a survey, that, they really like what I would call a certain decade of music. And we keep going backwards, not forwards, even though we like what's going on right now. So this group is focusing on the 60s.
Okay.
So we are going to hear a lot of the kinds of things that we still hear on all radio stations.
Yeah.
We still do.
You do. Big following for that.
It was a big following for the
Certainly.
60s, yeah. So those are the Secret Agents, and then we move into a really specific genre called the Mexican Brass.
Okay.
And you know what you're going to hear there.
Yeah, I think so.
Yes, you are. Well, you know what? We like to welcome people from other countries that do a certain kind of music that we're familiar with, whether it's a Macarena or what.
Of course.
We're going to have lively, young people are going to like that one.
Yes,
So
for sure.
Bring your kids.
Bring the kids,
Bring
all
the
right?
kids to that one, you bet. And then we generally try and do something that I would consider resembles either the movies or Broadway.
Okay.
Last year we had a very successful show with a gentleman, Jeremy Stoll, who'd been the Phantom for about 15 years. So this year we're bringing David Burnham in, and he will be bringing a vocalist with him and a small group, and they also are going to be doing Broadway shows.
Sweet.
Because he's been on Broadway in several.
A lot of people love Broadway.
Well,
Broadway
really
you're never
do.
going to get tired of.
I don't think we are, and we're just not big enough to bring in a big Broadway musical here.
Right.
We're just not. So we will bring in those people that were on Broadway, and now we're touring.
Yeah,
okay?
absolutely.
And then we move into 2026, concert in March, and that's where we get into the classical side. We brought this group in before. The group is Invoke, and they're considered a rather crossover classical group of artists because they play everything, which means they'll go into maybe a little bit of jazz.
Okay.
But they're bringing with them a pianist by the name of Clarice Assad, And any of you out there that like to go to the internet, look this woman up. She's not only young and darling, but she is considered one of the top young pianists in the United States of America.
Wow.
She's that good.
All right.
Just went on, I think, as a professor in one of the North Carolina universities, which at a young age is pretty awesome.
Right.
So that is going to be what is considered sometimes in the industry a tour de force concert. You're going to have some very highly talented people in the classical industry. And then we're going to close with a group that I think is really exciting, and I happen to be a fan of Dave Brubeck and jazz and the standard, the iconic piece called Take Five.
Yeah.
Well, these are his sons. So the Brubeck Brothers Quartet is coming in to close our season. And they'll do a lot of probably dad's music, but they write their own. It's very, very contemporary jazz. And I think that's going to swing us into summer with some of the jazz things going on here in this community.
Yeah.
And we kick us off.
Yeah. I know the Capitol's hosting a jazz festival, so
that's right.
Burlington trying to open their doors a little bit more to, like you said, more artists, more genres. And
that's right.
That's on full display with you guys here for the 2025-2026 season. Talking with Barbara from Burlington Civic Music here on 101.7 The Bull. If people want to get tickets, if people want to get more information, how do they go about doing that there, Barbara?
Two things. One, our website is a work in progress, but it'll be up and running. In the meantime, what you do is you can call area code 319-752-0336. We take orders for season tickets over the phone. And if you get in there before July 1st, you're going to get a $10 discount.
Ooh,
so
right.
For the season, you are only paying $130 for all of this wonderful music.
Right.
Which, if you were in Des Moines, I just was there, I was just in Chicago.
Right.
You would probably be paying that for one show.
Yeah, probably.
I'm not kidding.
No.
So our website.
Whole season there.
No, yep. By the way, students have a real deal, $20 for the whole season, all 5 concerts.
All right.
Okay.
Students, make sure you check it out there.
Okay.
Kind of broaden your horizons there a little bit. Real quick, what's the website there, Barbara?
Website, www.burl, B-U-R-L, burlcivicmusic.com.
burlcivicmusic.com. And again, the number 319-752-0336. Get all the information there with Barbara and Burlington Civic Music. One more thing you want to mention?
One more thing, yes, because we're not opposed to change, even though we're old. We're not opposed to change, okay?
Oh, you guys are great.
Well,
Come on.
I'll tell you what. We are having all of our concerts at the Capitol Theater this year.
Okay.
That's new for us.
Okay.
And we're also switching from 7:30 opening to 7 o'clock.
All right. A little bit earlier there for the folks.
A little bit earlier. Yeah, the doors will open at 6:30, and concert starts at 7.
Get them in, get them out, and get them on to bed, right?
Well, yes. Get them off the front porch, and let's come on downtown to Burlington and hear some music.
Burlington Civic Music, a great lineup here in 2025, 2026, so make sure you check it out. burlcivicmusic.com. Barbara, thank you so much for stopping in, chatting with us here this morning.
You're welcome.
We
Thank
appreciate you. Absolutely.
Thank you.
Anytime. Anytime. That's going to be a great time. And like we said, many different varieties of music out there, so nobody's going to get left behind there. Check it all out. burlcivicmusic.com.